Today on Flycasting Colorado, I'm going to teach you how to tie a stimulator like dry fly called the Spring Breaker that I invented. So in order to tie this fly, you're going to need a couple of materials, pretty simple otherwise, and here they are. So, what you're going to start off to tie this fly is you're going to just start wrapping your brown thread down the shank of the hook. I'd say go to about basically where the bend is, then snip off your tag end, and then for the tail, you're going to want to use some of the elk hair. Just pull out all the short fibers, then put it on top of the shank of the hook, and then do a few loose wraps, then pull down tightly, and that should secure it nicely. And after you do a few thread wraps to make sure that you sunk it down, then just snip off your excess deer hair and trim the tail to your liking. Next, I like to kind of build up a thread body a little bit up just to make sure that the fly isn't like really bulgy towards the butt and like super weird and skinny towards the end. And I like to make it nice and I wouldn't say tapered, but I definitely like to have an even body throughout my fly, and you can counter that by using more dubbing in different sections, but that definitely isn't one of my, I just prefer to build up the thread body instead. Then put on some hare's ear dubbing. Make sure you're doing that. Make sure you have a good amount on. You don't want too much, and you're going to go up about, with the dubbing, you're going to go up about, well, I'd say probably 3/4 of the way up the hook shank, and then just make sure that you have a nice even body, and then you can just kind of pull off the excess fibers that are sticking out and stuff like that. Then you're going to want to use some calf tail, the white calf tail, and this will be our wing. What you want to do is you want to just snip off a good amount of the wing for the calf tail, and then just like we did with the elk hair, just pull out the fuzzy bits and stuff, and that should make it nice and even. Then secure it onto your hook with a few nice tight wraps. Then once you have your calf tail secured, snip it off in a at an angle, so your thread goes over it a bit nicer. Then you can trim your calf tail wing. I'd say do it a little bit further than the bend of the hook, a tiny bit further than the bend of the hook. Then just pretty much secure the front and build a base for your that your hackle is going to be going on. So once you've built up the head section of the fly that you're going to put your hackle on, this is where you have a little bit of I guess creative originality that you can kind of put into this fly. You can use just a strip of brown hackle, or you can use grizzly and brown hackle and make it kind of give it that kind of Adams look. Then you want to kind of strip back some of the fibers on the hackle, just leaving the hackle stem, and then that's what you can use to secure it to your fly. And because I just like to be safe, I just add a little bit of head cement to the area where I'm about to be applying the hackle, just to make sure that it sticks and doesn't come apart or go anywhere, and I think it makes it easier. Then take your fingers or your hackle pliers and attach it to the end of the hackle. I really prefer rotating hackle pliers. it's pretty much just personal preference, but I really prefer the rotating hackle pliers. I think that they're so much easier to use and just a lot quicker and more simple. Then just keep wrapping towards the head, and you should be good. Then you can start to secure the hackle to the hook, and once you've done that, you can just snip off your excess hackle. And I just like to do 3 or 4 wraps right in front just to make sure that hackle's secured and won't be coming off the hook or anything. Then you can just take your whip finish, making sure not to catch any of the hackle fibers towards the eye of the hook. Then do 3 or 4 wraps, stick it through and finish your whip finish, then cut off your tag and you should be done. And you can just snip off the excess fibers and stuff to your liking. I really like the Spring Breaker. I'm super happy with how it came out, how it looks. It's a great, more natural looking attractor pattern, and it works great in a dry dropper. And when I say fish hammer this pattern, I mean they destroy this pattern. And they take it. It's super cool to see them hit this fly. I love it. It's awesome. And it is a really good attractor pattern that you can use pretty much anywhere when you need a high floating top fly or pretty much just a searching pattern. So I hope you guys like this video. This is my first fly tying video, and I'm excited to have it out. So please like and subscribe for more of these awesome fly tying videos, and if there's ever a fly that you want me to tie, just tell me in the comments below, and if I have the materials and can work it out, I will try to post a video of me tying it.